So another team that I don't think too much people are talking about are the Bulls. Now, I really had like a soft spot, growing up for the Bulls. I mean, I had like all the championship tapes from like when Mike was still with the Bulls, like all the '90s Bulls, and I'm like, man, what happened there? Like, the Bulls haven't really been the same since. Like, Jerry Krause was like, you know what? I'm gonna blow it up. We don't want to run it back for the holdouts for the '99 season. We good. You guys can get the fuck out there. We're blowing it up. Like, man, you guys wouldn't have been the same thing. You guys drafted Derrick Rose, and I mean, didn't really work. Jimmy Butler, Joakim Noah, like all those teams, like, man, didn't really work out. So now, I don't know what the fuck they've been doing, but I mean, they've been slowly like building like a team that could possibly make it to the playoffs. Like, I feel like Zach Levine might make it to the All-Star this season. Like, that's how wide open the East is. I mean, at the same time, I think Zach Levine's a very good player too. I mean, last season he was averaging like 30 points per game, I think, for the first half. I mean, this dude was straight balling. It's just that didn't really have anyone besides him, so he was taking like a bunch of shots, like a bunch of threes. Now that they have like a full training camp, like Lauri Markkanen and Otto Porter Jr., Wendell Carter Jr. and Satoransky, they're gonna be like a team to watch out for. I mean, Jim Boylan, I don't know how good of a coach he is, but I mean, they do play hard for him. I just don't understand like the Chicago Bulls like front office. Like, these guys like wants to like get involved like so much. Fucking Garpax. I mean, bro, they need to like chill out, or I don't think they're getting fired because the owners probably doesn't really care. But I mean, they should have been fired a long time ago. But I mean, Zach Levine, like, dude, like, this dude, like, has it all, like, that you want from, like, a guard or, like, a combo guard. I mean, this dude's, like, what, 6'6", can play point guard, shooting guard, has elite athleticism. He's like, pretty, like, good in shooting threes, too. He's elite, looking to be, like, elite scorer, or at least an above-average scorer. The only thing is he doesn't really, play defense, but at the same time, I mean, he had to shoot, to keep the team above afloat until marketing came back. So I mean, if he can, like, I don't know, like, he has all the tools to play like great defense. He has elite athleticism. I mean, it's just like effort, like how much effort you're willing to put in to play defense. But I mean, he's gonna have like a great season. I mean, last season his at end of the season averages was 24 points. 24 points. I mean, I think he'll make the All-Star. Like, dude, he's gonna have a great season. I mean, they may make it to the 8th seed. I mean, we'll see how the Bulls do. I mean, I'm pretty high on like Lauri Markkanen too. Like, I mean, this guy is he looks super jacked this season. I mean, hopefully he can be like the secondary scorer to help relieve like double teams for like Zach Levine. Probably can give you like maybe like 20 and 10, and then they have Wendell Carter Jr. who's willing to like play like defense and do all the dirty work. Clean up rebounds. Pass it out. I don't really need to score, but if I'm put in a pick and roll situation where I'm getting like free alley oops, by all means. I mean, will Lauri Markkanen be an all-star? I mean, I do think he'll be an all-star caliber player. If he can like put up maybe like 20 and 10, shoot, high percentages, maybe like 30, 36, 37% from three. I mean, he can probably make it to the All-Star. The East is pretty wide open for now. I mean, I can't really think of any teams that are like really set after like the Sixers, the Bucks, the Celtics. I mean, who else is really out there after that? So I mean, they got a great chance. They they signed Satoransky. I mean, not a lot of people talk about Satoransky. I mean, like when he was on the Wizards and when John Wall went down, he was absolutely capable. Starting point guard. He's pretty underrated. He's like a willing passer. This moves, Zach LaVine to like his shooting guard position, and it just puts him in more like scoring opportunities. Like Satoransky's really underrated. I think he was like averaging like 12 points and like 6 assists or on the Wizards, but he was having like great games. Like he had like a triple double one time. I think I should be correct. I mean, the Bulls' future. I mean, they look bright. I mean, they drafted like Kobe White. Kobe White like scored like 29 in the not the playoffs, the fucking preseason. He's like shooting like 6 threes. Like, man, this dude, it must be the hair. I mean, this guy is doing good. The only thing is, I don't know what they're gonna do with Chris Dunn. I mean, it seems like they're trying to move on from him because he's not starting anymore. I mean, what else is Chris Dunn really gonna do besides being like their best, like I guess like perimeter defender? I mean, hopefully he can be like more like a specialist. But I mean, I remember when he got drafted by the Wolves, it was like, oh shit, spooky season. Timberwolves, they just got their guy. This could be such a great defensive lineup with Chris Dunn, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Cat. I'm like, whatever, man. We'll see what goes on, and it never really happened. It was like a shit show. Oh shit. I mean, not Jimmy Butler. The fuck, they traded Chris Dunn for Jimmy Butler, but you get my point. Like they thought he was gonna be like the next great defender, and he is a good defender. He's nothing else afterwards. Now, honestly, the Bulls' future actually looks pretty bright. Like hopefully, they can get back to what they once were. Like the NBA is great when the Chicago's doing good. Like basically all the big name cities, like if they're doing good, the NBA is in a great place, like financially. Like of course you want Chicago to to be in the playoffs. Of course you want the Knicks, Miami, like big basketball places to be in the playoffs. I mean, man. Hopefully, I do. Hopefully, they do get to playoffs. I mean, it'll be nice to see the Bulls make the playoffs again. Post, Derrick Rose. So, if Zach LaVine is the guy, then I guess he is the guy. So the next team that I wanted to talk about was the Sacramento Kings. Um, they had like quite an interesting offseason. I mean, they brought in Luke Walton. They got Dwayne Dedman. They got Ariza. On top of what they had with Harrison Barnes. Like it's like they're building something right now. The only issue is that they're dealing with that Buddy Hield extension. I mean, I don't understand why the Kings wouldn't give him an extension right now. Like, just give him what he wants. I mean, like, dude, like, who else is gonna come to the Kings that you're expecting? I mean, he like Buddy Hield is pretty underrated. I mean, he shoots like a very high volume of 3-point shots. And he shoots that for like 42% from three. I mean, dude. That's crazy, man. For him to shoot like a high volume of threes and do like elite like accuracy, like man, I think he's like a top 3 shooter too for that season, percentage wise. And I'm like, just give him the damn money, dude. Just give him the damn money. I mean, they signed Harrison Barnes before him, and I'm thinking like, man, like I don't know if Harrison Barnes deserves that kind of money, but I mean, kudos to him. Buddy Hield should stay a King. I mean, this dude's like what, like 26, 27? This is basically gonna be his only like contract. So of course he's like, give me the money. I mean, he says he's willing to like accept less, but I think the Kings, they do need Buddy Hield. How can you replace someone that averages 20 points while shooting that high of a 3-point percentage in this era? I mean, you can't really replace that. If he goes, he said he's gonna go to where the money goes, to where the money comes. So if he goes, then I mean, what the fuck do the Kings have? I mean, he's elite at what he does. Now, the thing is, I want to talk about Luke Walton as well. Now, do I think Luke Walton is a good coach? I think he's overrated, or I don't think he's that good as people make him out to be. He's okay. I mean, looking at him coach the team for like the last couple of seasons for the Lakers, I mean, she is pretty good in like building a culture. He's actually, ironically, a pretty good defensive coach. Like all that shit that he was trying to do, like the Warrior style play of like, push and pace, shoot a bunch of threes. Like, dude, we don't. Our fucking lineup is not built to play like the Warriors. Our lineup is built to play like a kind of like a grit and grind style where we can slow down the pace, post up, and get easy shots. But I mean, he just kept like pushing it, and I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I'm like, dude. I mean, there were nights where we were like fucking on point, right? And then there was nights where we get shit the bed. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I mean, if Vlade wants him, we'll see what happens. Now he has players that can actually play that style, kind of. And Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is fucking good. And man, they got Harrison Barnes. He got his guy back. He got Ariza. I mean, man. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, what does he do now? The Kings are fucking playing like at the third highest pace. Like, how fast can you really go now? Like, to be like number one. I mean, in my opinion, Luke Walton is trying to do his like best impression of like Phil Jackson. Like, he'll like put out these like funky ass lineups to like, like out of nowhere. Like I get what he's trying to do. Like he's trying to put every like player in like certain situations so when they get used, so they can get used to it. So when they get put in, they know what to do. The problem is we're not a fucking playoff team. So it's like we need to play our best players just to have a chance to get to playoffs. And I mean, he's pretty stubborn, and also at the same time, dude, his coaching staff is fucking ass. Like, all he had was basically his like drinking buddies from like college. I mean, I don't know what they have now, the Kings. I mean, I think Vlade is like putting down the hammer. Like, dude, you can't fucking do this shit here. Like, we need you to have like legitimate assistant coaches, and you're our guy, so you can't fuck this up. And I mean, this might be his like first year of like actual coaching, I guess, where there's like more pressure in a way, like compared to like last season when they had LeBron. I mean, of course, that whole injury shit. I mean, whatever. He was gonna get fired in my opinion, regardless, because Magic Johnson came in and Luke is not Magic's guy, but Magic bounced too, so. I don't fucking know. It was a messy situation last year. I mean, do I think the Kings will make the playoffs? I mean, it's gonna be tight. I think they could make the playoffs. I mean, it's gonna be like a race between like the Pelicans, the Spurs, who fucking else? It's gonna the Mavericks. I mean, it's gonna be like something like of that sort. And it's gonna be fun to watch. The West is pretty fucking loaded, but I mean, it's great basketball all around. Oh man, so let's talk about De'Aaron Fox. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is like pretty good. I mean, not too much people watch the Kings. I mean, even though like Sacramento is like really big on the Kings, like their arena is like really loud. Like I remember, I was driving near the Sacramento Stadium for like work, where I was just like driving to the freeway, and I think it was like a game night, and it was like super fucking loud. Like even I could hear. I was like, oh shit, these guys like really turn it up. I mean, do I miss those days? Like when like they had like Chris Webber and like what's it called? White Chocolate, Jason Williams. They have Vlade, Mike Bibby, of course. Peja, of course. Those were great battles between the Lakers. I mean, growing up. I mean, I hated them too, but at the same time, looking back, it was like it was great basketball. I mean, it's just not the same when the Kings aren't in the playoffs, and it looks like they're like about to take the next step. And I mean, primarily that's because of De'Aaron Fox. I mean, this dude's just like rapidly improving. Like this dude is proving himself to be the best point guard in the draft of like Lonzo Ball's class. Like this guy is like averaging like 18 and like 7 or something last season, but he was like on a tear where he was averaging like 20 and 10 basically, and they were winning. I mean, I don't know, like is Dave Yeager is like as good as a coach as people make out to be? Maybe. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but he's always clashed with like the front office, so I don't know like if the players like really rock with him. But Luke Walton's more of a kind of like a friendly like player coach kind of guy, so I mean, if he could develop maybe like more of a better relationship with something like De'Aaron Fox, and they can like make the push, it would be great for the Kings. I mean, man, dude, De'Aaron Fox might average like 21 points this season. I mean, that's how much belief that I have in De'Aaron Fox. Like, this guy's really like fun to watch. This guy's fast as shit. Like this dude is like, people say he's kind of like John Wall. I mean, I do get it. I mean, this dude's fast. He has great vision. Great in pick and roll situations. And he can shoot now a little bit too. So I mean, the Kings, the Kings got their guy. I mean, some argue like, dude, they should have picked like Luka Doncic. I don't know. I think De'Aaron Fox is at his best when he has the ball in his hands, like to make the decisions. And with Luke, pushing the pace and then playing like a super high pace, with someone like De'Aaron Fox, on the fast break, it's gonna be like easy points. Man, and then they have someone like Marvin Bagley too. I mean, Marvin Bagley, in my opinion, might be the next coming of Kevin Garnett. I mean, this guy is like, dude, this guy is so good. Like, he can play both sides. I mean, he had his issues where like Dave Yeager wasn't playing him. They were playing like, I don't know, I think they're playing Willie Cauley-Steins over him, because I guess like the owner is like, play Willie Cauley-Steins so they can trade him, basically. And everyone's complaining like, dude, why aren't you fucking playing fucking Marvin Bagley as your second pick? You should pick him. I mean, you picked him for a reason, right? Play him. And then Dave Yeager was like giving like all these passive aggressive, comments saying that, dude, like, he has a lot of learning to do. And there's like other jabs that Marvin Bagley's dad was saying to his coach too, kind of like how similar to like LeVar Ball was saying about Luke Walton. But it is what it is. Like, from what I've seen from like Marvin Bagley, like, dude, like this guy is like great finisher, great pick and roll partner for De'Aaron Fox. I mean, this dude has the potential to be an elite defender while also being an elite scorer. I mean, this guy can do it all. Like if the Kings were ever to win a championship, it has to be under the shoulders of Marvin Bagley. Like if this guy can like put up Kevin Garnett numbers and De'Aaron Fox can be the best version of he can be, like dude, the fucking Kings are like set. They just need to like I guess like more have like a more veteran presence or something of that sort. That's why I guess they're like that's why they're training for like a bunch of like people. They're bringing in a lot of people like Ariza, championship experience. I mean, they had who's the other fucker? Harrison Barnes, championship experience. And they're also looking to bring in Steve Adams. I don't know about that, but if they do have Steve Adams, I do have them making the playoffs because Steve Adams is really underrated. I mean, this dude has never averaged to have a double-double in rebounds, but that's because fucking Westbrook's grabbing that shit. I mean, how can you... Dude, the Kings are like in such a good position. Like, I wanted the Lakers to like have our young core play against the Kings' young core for like the next like 8 years. De'Aaron Fox, Marvin Bagley, Buddy Hield, and then we'll have D'Angelo Russell, fucking Brandon Ingram, and I don't fucking know, Lonzo Ball, some shit like that. I mean, we could have had that, but I mean, I guess it's basically pushing your chips in right now. We're trying to win a championship. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's also great, but I mean, I was like so fully invested in like the young rookie movement. I was like, man, like these guys are like next coming up. Like I wanted our young core to play against all the other young cores. Chicago with Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, and Wendell Carter Jr. And then what's it called? Who else has a good young core that's pretty underrated? I mean, the Phoenix Suns, of course, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. And then they got, Mikal Bridges? I mean, Mikal Bridges is pretty underrated, too. I mean, I wanted, like, the next people up. Like, all the people that are, like, the gatekeepers right now that are great superstars, their time will come, and then our time will, be next up. But I guess not. So, sorry to go on a kind of tangent there, but the Kings are looking like the Kangs right now. I mean, I think they're dark horses to make the playoffs.